David in New Jersey wants to talk about the walkout of Seinfeld at Duke. Welcome to the Karen Hunter Show. David in New Jersey, hello.
Hello, thank you for having me and letting me talk to you. I've been listening to your show for about a year now. About the walkout on Seinfeld, Jerry Seinfeld, is my understanding, has stated his unequivocal support for Israel. And I'm half Jewish myself. And if the reason for walking out on him was just because of his Jewishness, I would not walk out if I were among those students. But if it was because of his support for Israel, even in the face of the humanitarian crisis that's going on in Gaza, and I were one of those students, I would have walked out on him myself, because even though I'm half Jewish, I believe that every Palestinian life has the same value as every Jewish life.
Absolutely.
I love it. Let me ask you, because I was this close to going on Patriot to ask this question of people who aren't identified as, who identify themselves as white. Listening to this show, because you've been listening for a year now, why do you stay? And is this your first time calling, David?
Yes, it's my first time calling
Give him
your
that, Smith.
show.
Yes, thank you.
I called Clay Kane's show on May 3rd, but this is my first time calling you.
Okay, well, what brought you here and what kept you?
It's a different perspective. I was talking with a black classmate of mine who graduated with me from Asbury Park High School, and he told me about Urban View, and because we talk a lot about politics, and I always like to listen to different points of view. I'm not a hero, but I joined the sit-in for Black History in 1970 at my high school, and I've always thought that it was important for me to try to understand other perspectives.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I appreciate you being a part of this family. And this is the whole, this is the goal. We got to talk with each other,
Absolutely.
not at each other. We have to be in community, whether we think the same, look the same, feel the same about a bunch of stuff. We still are on this globe together, and we got to figure this out. But it's just so remarkable to have a platform where folk feel comfortable. I mean, a year, you don't just come in if you ain't really down with it. I'm just going to say that. So, sir, thank you for calling me
Absolutely.
and Clay, David. And more importantly, thank you for listening for a year before calling, because a lot of folk just tune in for the first time and feel like they're going to call up the show and chastise and check folk, and they don't even know what this is. It's baffling to me that people could just listen for 5 minutes and then I got an opinion. Less of that. More like David.